Can someone tell me what in the world is going on with the Las Vegas Raiders? Are we witnessing the beginning of the great turnaround or more of the same of the last 20 years? Is the new regime up to the task, or is owner Mark Davis's blind faith in them his undoing? I'm still trying to figure out why he said head coach Josh McDaniels is doing a tremendous job in the midst of a 6-11 season. Did McDaniels learn from the mistakes he made in the past, or is he still the same guy he's always been? What about GM Dave Ziegler? I trust him more than I do McDaniels, but some of the decisions he's made are making me wonder what in the world is going on. Then I wonder if we should even worry about it because the Raiders are tanking for Caleb Williams. There's always that. Davis wants so badly to just focus on the business end of the Raiders. That's why he brought John Gruden in for so much money and so long of a time. It looked like things were starting to turn around, but then came the emails and the rest is history. Now Davis is putting his blind faith in the new regime on the football end. Davis used to stick his head into the football end of things. I remember when Reggie McKenzie was the GM and he wanted to sign Roger Saffold, a solid offensive lineman at one time, but Davis wasn't having it. He nixed that deal himself because of a shoulder injury the Raiders medical staff detected in Saffold's physical. Saffold then went on to have a good rest of his career, and that was that. But nowadays Davis is signing off on a quarterback that's often injured as it is, and he needs to have surgery on his foot after he signed him. Where they do that at? Ziegler made a couple of mistakes here and there, like not picking up running back Josh Jacobs' fifth-year option and paying Chandler Jones all that money. But I didn't question Ziegler too much until I found out about the situation with Garoppolo. Has McDaniels learned anything? Shannon Sharp was on the money on Undisputed when he said McDaniels is from a place where they give you the game plan and you don't question it. Well, unless your name was Tom Brady. There are multiple reports of him going above McDaniels' head to head coach Bill Belichick when he didn't like the play calling. Brady won Super Bowls before McDaniels was the offensive coordinator in New England, so he won those battles. Derek Carr had no such success, so when he changed to play on his own to win the Seattle Seahawks game, he essentially punched his ticket out of Las Vegas. Tight end Darren Waller, now with the New York Giants, has come out in the media talking about how good it feels to have his opinion heard. Then there's a situation with receiver Devontae Adams not liking the direction of the offense. McDaniels said that Adams earned the right to voice his opinion, but what else is he going to say? Carr has a bad career record and struggled in his first year in McDaniels' offense last year. Meanwhile, Adams showed he's still the best at his position, so McDaniels would easily be seen as the problem between those two. Isn't McDaniels treating his quarterback situation eerily similar to when he was the head coach of the Denver Broncos? Remember, he got rid of a quarterback coming off his first Pro Bowl in his third year. He thought he was going to get Matt Castle, a guy he coached before, but a trade couldn't be worked out. Then he drafted Tim Tebow, and the rest is history. McDaniels just came over here and got rid of Carr, so what's up now? Davis had this fantasy that Tom Brady was coming to play for the Raiders, but all he did was buy a part of the team. And as if Garoppolo isn't enough of an injury risk, he just had surgery on his foot in March. The word is he may not be ready until training camp, so what timing will he have with Adams? Will he play this preseason to give them time on task? You don't want to get Garoppolo hurt though. We knew he would get hurt at some point, but I thought the Raiders would get a good 6 weeks out of him. Then we would see how much Brady Aiden O'Connell has in him. I sure hope Garoppolo magically has his timing down with Adams. You can't stumble out of the blocks with a young team like this. I'm not saying it'll happen, but the only way I see this working out this year is if O'Connell has some Brady in him and shows it early. I originally thought Garoppolo can get the Raiders off to a good start, but we can't count on him for anything at all now. But I'll say this about O'Connell. One thing we know for sure is he won't be anything like Tim Tebow was in McDaniels' first stint as a head coach in Denver. He's the most accurate passer in Purdue history, and Drew Brees went there. He's 24 and married after being granted a 6th year of college eligibility with the COVID years, so he's matured too. O'Connell also processes information quickly and played in a pro-style offense, so he just might have a chance to battle for and win the position from Brian Hoyer and a fresh off another injury Garoppolo. From there, the Raiders' hope is the defense significantly improves and that O'Connell can manage the game just enough for the Raiders to win a few more games and make some progress. If I were O'Connell, I'd bug Adams every day to throw to him so I can get that chemistry advantage with the best receiver in the game. Am I the only one that missed Garoppolo having surgery in March after he already signed with the Raiders? My hope for him was to get the Raiders off to a good start with his knowledge of the offense and everything, but I don't even want to talk about him now. Going into this season, the Raiders are already in a precarious spot. All their hopes in doing anything decent this season are wrapped up in the quarterback that was picked in round 4. All this talk about O'Connor being the next Tom Brady, the Patriots weren't even counting on Tom Brady to be Tom Brady when they drafted him. So is this the turnaround year or another disastrous year for the Raiders? Thank you for watching. See you next time.